Another day, another episode, man. Damn. Wow. I guess we all already know who we are here with today. We are here with the TikTok legend. The biggest guy
on TikTok.
TikTok SG lah, not on TikTok. The biggest on TikTok.
Hopefully one day we'll see that.
One day. Yeah. Fourth time?
Yep.
Fourth time here already.
I think this is the most. I've been to Wello podcast and other podcasts, but I feel that this is one of the most interesting setup, and I think the guys here very genuine. So I came here to, let's see if we can do magic again.
Oh, do magic. All right. Magic mic
Not that kind of, that one is Kelly Kimberly style. Not that kind of
damn,
stuff.
okay.
Kelly do magic, man.
I don't comment. Keep it halal, yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, man. We're going to start off today's episode with a wise man once said.
Yes, sir.
So, wise man once said, in a world of pain, there is always happiness. But if you put your world in happiness, there will always be pain.
Who's it is?
I don't know. I think so. Nagato, I think. Yeah. That's the shirt he's wearing. He's representing. He's part of the Akatsuki clan.
Oh, yeah. He told us the time.
Yeah. He just joined the Akatsuki clan. Yeah.
So people they're so negative.
The world shall feel pain.
Itami no.
Shinra Tensei. Eternal push.
Yeah. Wow.
Almighty push.
Almighty push.
Anyways, so what brings you back? What brings him back, Zach?
For the fourth time.
I think I did a lot of reflection since last episode 2 months ago, is it?
True.
It started with us since the beginning, bro.
Yeah, I know, but the last episode
was about
2 months.
2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
So about 100 days. Let's say 100 days lah. 100 days ago.
So I've been doing a lot of reflection, and I think the last podcast I didn't know it would go that viral, right? I think it was quite interesting that people even on the street asked me about the podcast. Like, okay, I give my view. Good and bad lah, but I didn't know that it would go for entertainment's sake. 1,000 shares, that's crazy, bro. So yeah, so I hope that it made a lot of views for you guys. I think a lot. And to be honest, I say as men, we don't really appreciate men. So Jen and Sekri, I think you guys did a good job in the podcast, and I really want to see you guys grow. And hopefully after this episode, 10K, 20K followers won't be that difficult. But I really hope that this podcast keeps growing and get more sponsors, because you guys let people speak freely. You don't really control what people say, and I think that's why Elon Musk always talks about being able to to share opinions and public speaking. So I really love that about you guys. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the praises. I love the praises.
I think affirmation is very important in this, especially being men. We need to affirm each other.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, so our last episode, you said some really strong things.
Yeah, definitely said some strong things.
A lot of strong things.
Yeah.
We had a lot of the reason why our views became so high is because of the controversial shit that you said.
Correct, I agree 100%.
And from then till now, right? Do you still stand by all your controversial shit? No?
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm here. I mean, I'm a bit 50-50. That means I have good things, and I have some things to, reconstrue, and some things to stick by. So here I'm here to reconstrue some stuff and to stick by it, and also maybe get a bit of explain the darker side of the red pill, which is something that I think very important for young men, especially those who are in their 16, 18. I think it's very important for them to know what's the darker side of the red pill manosphere and what is it exactly. Yeah.
So what happened the last few months? What have you reflected?
Okay, so I went to go and watch different people in red pill. So I have watched Pearly Things, I watched Fresh and Fit, I watched Sadia Khan. So personally, I feel that I because of the podcast, I get to interact with them because of the podcast. Like, they reach out to me and we have conversations, and yeah, I could see that some of them really hurt. But I already told that it's entertainment value. But I always tell this to my followers, even on this live stream, right? It's very funny, right? You know that my live stream is toxic, right? It's like, you're gonna put your hand, the fire gonna burn. You still put your hand there. It doesn't make sense. That's the thing I don't understand about women, right? Like the hand is going to be burned. You still come to my live stream podcast. So I don't get it. That podcast, that it's going to be very, so-called toxic. You know that what I'm going to say could be toxic. But then you share 1,000. So I feel Machaspize is a persona or character to really show people, expose them about their hypocrisy. Okay, so I'm here to make some things straight. So I'm going to start if that's okay with you guys. Okay, so I'm a very big fan of Myron and Fresh. They're from Red Pill Podcast. So they come out with this thing called the Red Pill, which is also by Andrew Tate. So basically, it's a guide for men to understand women, to become level up in terms of money whatsoever. Okay, but I think, like, after watching really extensively, reading up, and also reading from the Christian version of Red Pill, right, I tell you there's a lot of hypocrisy, right? So I also now have been reading a bit about Islamic stuff also, which is very interesting, right? I totally agree that yes, men do not want promiscuous women, but the thing is, if you are saying that, and then you are telling young men, hey, you know what, because you're handsome, because you're good looking, you deserve to sleep around many women. Okay? Now, if anybody would have done that to Andrew Tate's daughter, or done that to Fresh and Fit's daughter, I don't think it would be correct. Maybe they'll go and some kind of shoot the person. So it doesn't mean that you're a man of status and man of high value. You get to treat women, manipulate them, send them a dream, and then get to sleep with them. A lot of these girls are very sad, to be honest, because they feel that, you know, like, oh, this man is going to take care of me. But no, once a rich man, high value man sleeps with you, he just sees you as a sex object or sex release, but don't really commit to you. And I personally have seen women in the 35, you know, date men 100k a year, 200k a year, 35, and then at 35 talk to them and say, where are the good men at? And then I told myself, you need to take accountability, right? If you choose to date men of this high value, knowing that they treat women like that, they treat women like sexual objects, then you need to take responsibility, right? And the nice guys in the so-called friend zone are the one actually they eventually settle for. I saw a video where this girl, this black African American woman was saying that, you know, there's this guy chasing her for 10 years. After 10 years, she has to give him a chance, right? And later he found out about her past, her sexual past, who she slept with. He chose to have sleep with her and then left her. So that is not right. I don't agree with that. But I just feel that sometimes if you go for high status value men and you know they just treat women like sex objects, then it's better not to go in that place, right? As a Christian, you know, now I've been reading a lot of Bible, so I haven't read the Bible just before I came. Like, I believe that you need to express humility, compassion, right? So like, if you're talking about individual, yes, a woman who might step around, Jesus even showed mercy to Mary Magdalene, right? He said, cast ye the first stone, right, for those who not sin. So if Jesus can show the same mercy and empathy to Mary Magdalene, so can I to women. I've been talking to some women who probably got like 5 or 10 or whatever, crazy, right? But they've been nice. So as a human being, I see them as a good individual. But maybe as a potential life partner, maybe not that, right? So at the end of the day, it depending, right? If you are seeing as a life partner, yeah, she may not be the person. But if you see her as a human being who deserve to be treated no matter whatever happened in the past, then you should look at her. So I don't know, maybe I become much softer, become more Gabriel, but I've been seeing that like, okay, you know what, let's correct the guy's mindset, right? So if a guy came to me and said, hey, you know what, like, what type of woman should you marry? I will, like, based on my Bible verse, Leviticus 24:13, right, they said, no, it's best to marry a virgin whatsoever. Yes, but if a man is able to live with a past and then able to marry her, then who am I to condemn him and say, hey, you know what, you married a sim, right? So I think on YouTube there was this girl called Nayla. She just accepted Jesus. She's a pastor's daughter. She's doing OnlyFans. Yes, as a guy, I feel very sorry for the guy because he married what we call 304, which is not a good term. We shouldn't label women at all. Like 304, slut, tevria, all these kind of things should not be said, right? Because at the end of the day, a woman is a God's creation. We shouldn't put labels on them, right? But as a guy, if I'm going to see my friend who's going to date a former porn star or marry as much as I think, I will do my best to stop him. But if he think he can accept her past and live a good and moral life, then sure, why not? You know, I don't know, man. I think I'm becoming soft, bro.
But so there's a lot of contradictions to all your statements.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So like, you said you don't want to judge them, but at the same time you say you will try to discourage your friends or your brothers from marrying someone with a past.
I think, right, yes, we all should respect women. I agree, right? But the thing is, as I mentioned in a previous podcasts where they have said about, like the thing like body count and divorce and everything. Because when a woman sleeps around, she builds soul ties with different men, right? And she's emotionally damaged by every relationship. As much as Jesus can save her, good for her, right? And everything. But personally, if you see in the biggest perspective, and based on the research from scientists and whatsoever, they have shown that women who, when they interviewed about 100 women, that when they slept around with many guys, it's very hard for them to pair bond, right? And to be honest, men want respect. So if my friends have slept around this woman and I marry her, my guys will look down on me, right? It's like a tribal thing, that kind of thing, right? So at the end of the day, if men can live with girls past, sure, right? If after you advise them they want to live with her, sure. But personally, I won't encourage it lah. But at the end of the day, if you condemn like women like that, then you also shouldn't be encouraging men to sleep around, right? So I think there are very, very, very rare Christian-based people in the Raper podcast. That means, for example, like they don't. I mean, Raper podcast is definitely against women for sure, right? But there are good women like Sadia Khan who explains about how the modern woman should change, how men should change, not to there's this thing where in rape where they say, the more money you get, the more women you attract. Yes, you do. But are these women wife material? Are these women are the one that will stay loyal to you even after you become poor, right? In Christianity, when you marry, they say for richer or poor, for sickness and health, right? In Singapore, the divorce rates are increasing. It's very sad. We are Asian country. These are things that shouldn't be happening. We've been westernized influence. So I feel that loyalty is something that should be expected not only of a woman but of a man. I think that recently got the Fatina Mara case where both celebrities cheated on, and yes, I don't agree what they did, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna condemn for something that happened 4-5 months ago on the same celebrity, or on the female celebrity instead of the guy, I don't think it's fair lah. So at the end of the day, if people can live with the peace and serenity of their past, then who am I to come into it lah. But as I said, I will still encourage men to marry women of purity, or in terms of like low body count or whatever, to prevent certain things from happening, certain troubles in relationships and whatsoever. So that's about it. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of guys don't looking out for guys. Yeah.
So do you think from the previous time you were here, do you think you have changed in your beliefs and behaviors?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
Then in what ways have you actively worked on those behaviors or beliefs of yours?
Wow. So I think what I in terms of hold back, I would say like in terms of holding back, like before I judge, like, okay, let me go understand this person, the person's past and everything. So like recently, me talking to a few girls like on like WhatsApp, Telegram, and all this kind of stuff, and then like they share me their stories. I'll get the media and parties whatsoever. Then I'm like, hey, this girl actually not so bad. You talk to them, right? But suddenly you talk about body count, like say, oh, my body count is 7. Then I'm like, okay, wait, don't let me judge first. Let me talk to her. So when I talk to these girls, they're not so bad as a person. Yeah, they make their mistakes. But if a man came to me saying like, hey, I want to date this girl and her body, and he doesn't know about past, I may encourage that man to stay away from her. And if I have to tell the truth, I told all the girls, right? Even I was talking to our pastor's daughter and all this kind of stuff, I won't say who, when her boy count like 10 or 12 kind of stuff, right? And then what happened was, she told me, no, Gabe, I trust you. I tell you all that. I say, sure, friend, I won't reveal identity whatsoever. But if a guy comes to me and say, hey, you know what? I like this girl, I personally will tell him not to date that girl because I just do not want future consequences. But if after I'm saying, he said, I still don't care about her past, I want to marry her, then I am no one to interfere in that.
But you saying that statement is already you casting your first stone, right?
True, I agree. I totally agree what you said. But I think that, I don't know, I feel that guys should protect guys, I know cast first stone, or I could agree that judging this, but I'm an engineer. I teach kids robotics and all this stuff, right? So I'm an engineer. So as much as I love my religion and all, but I feel that there needs to be a bit of logical deduction in the secular world, right? It's religious world, it's secular world, right? If everybody goes to religious world, the religiously in the secular world, we all be persecuted like all disciples of Christ. So you need to know there's a limit to everything, right? By the end day, if people can live with themselves, with their wife's past, sure, go ahead. But my job is just to educate, that's it.
But are you a Christian first or are you an engineer first?
Wow, Salah, very hard. I tell you honestly, I don't think I'm a Christian first right now. It's going to be very hard because I've been through a lot last year. So I am trying to move through a Christian route, right? We all fall short of the glory of God. So I really hope with my church help, I can go to Christian first. But if I gotta go Christian first, I gotta give up clubbing, gotta give up so many things, even social media, right? I don't think I can do that right now. But maybe by 2025 that will change. Yeah.
So even you acknowledge that you are not a full advocate of Christianity.
I can't. I think being a full advocate of Christianity, you gotta live a life where you just say, come carry your cross, right? To be a Christian, you gotta give up a lot of stuff, from clubbing to alcohol, to your sex, no sex before marriage, so many things, and also even social media gotta give up because it can even affect a person. So I've seen a lot of transformations in celebrities who became like Nayla, the creator, the OF girl. So, but for them to completely delete their TikTok, their YouTube account and start a whole new account from scratch. Wow, that one I don't know whether I can do that, but I am inspired to start a Christian-based TikTok in December, during Christmas time. So you see that happens, but I am trying to follow my faith. It's very, very hard, especially being TikTok space, you definitely fall into lust, but I'm trying my best, yeah. So I think we all are not perfect. So yeah, so I came here to educate the young guys who so-called idolize me, telling, hey Macha, you know what, yes, you may want to marry a girl with low body count or whatever, but if a girl tells you that, maybe don't judge them, just listen to them. They may not be a partner, but maybe treat them as a good human being. That's about it, right? Yeah.
So yes or no, do you feel that there are aspects of your past that you haven't fully confronted yet?
Fully aspect of my past? As in incidents that happened to me?
Anything?
Yeah, definitely.
Of your any incidents and any...
To be honest, the last incident that happened to me, me getting beaten up and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I think that's a very painful incident. But I tell myself, right, because of this group of women who hurt me, I cannot think all women were bad, because a lot of people were trashing them, saying that, hey, you know what, this girl is not what you do is not right. So there were women who were supporting me, say this is not, even though you got a misalignment with what you said, you have no right to go and punish a guy. So as I said so there's also a bit of unfairness How come the women's charter to care for women's rights, but there's no men's charter to care for men's rights, right? Because I am very sure, there are people reach out to me saying that men who actually actually I'm getting beaten up by my wife. I've heard stories from friends that this guy was beaten by his wife, but he's afraid to tell until people interfered, right? So why is woman being protected by women's charter, right? If we slander a woman, she go women's charter, right? Yesterday got one girl, I forgot her name, right? She one of my friends said, hey, this girl talk about you on TikTok, on Instagram story, talk about me. Then I'm like, okay, if I talk bad about her, women's charter will come after me. But if she talk bad about me, there's no one to protect me. Then I'm like, well, that's a bit unfair, right? I'll talk about something very interesting. Young Philly. I think recently. Yeah, Young Philly. Okay. Young Philly case, 100% his fault. Okay, firstly, after your concert or whatever, you bring a girl to the hotel room and all that. Yes, he's been doing that quite often. Very sure, girls, once you're famous, girls will just throw at you. Basically that's his level of 1 million, 2 million followers, right? But how come on that day particularly suddenly he's being caught this girl said out of circulation this girl raped her whatsoever. I'm very sure all these things are planned by media, right? And there was a case in Neymar's case I think 5 or 10 years back, where this woman accused him of rape. I think Nike or Adidas dropped him immediately, right? Never even checked the fact, but later find out that actually he didn't rape the girl. It was actually the girl used with her ex-husband to take money from Neymar. So very instantly, a woman can destroy a man's reputation like that, right? And reputation cannot be saved. If Young Philly was to be proved innocent, let's say he's innocent, the damage already done. But if a man do that to a woman, let's say go and damage her whatsoever, well, I tell you, all a woman's charter will come and protect her. But there are no men protecting. Like Chunks, that guy who is Philly's friend, didn't even defend him. And I made an Instagram story. I said, yo, Chunks, he's your friend, bro. I know you want to carry your business endorsement, but this guy has been you from the start. How can you not defend your friend?
Okay, but that's different, right? If tomorrow somebody accuse you of raping them, not saying that it's true lah, but if someone accuses you of raping them and then before the evidence come out, I cannot just step in and say, hey, I'm going to defend
I don't know, maybe you both, we all are different lah, but I'll definitely defend my machan lah, you know.
But what if your machan really did rape someone?
What if he's really
if he did, but the thing is, he's innocent till proven guilty ma. So if my friend is guilty, okay, I agree. Okay, I'm not gonna cut ties with him. I'm still gonna be there because I don't wanna just let go of him. But I say, you know what? He's wrong. He should be punished. But no one is guilty until everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
But that's true. But in the court of law, it works 50-50 ma. If you are innocent till proven guilty, at the same time, from the eyes of the victim, you can be guilty till proven innocent also.
Yeah, there have been a lot of cases in the US where a man get acquitted after 20 years, proven that he's the thing. So my question is, then what happens to this woman? Should we throw that woman who accused him of lies into the jail? No, she'll just live on alive. But what was taken away from him? Shouldn't he sue a liability clause and legal, right? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm very sure in Singapore in the past, before even I came to social media, or even in Malaysia or Asia, where girls will just slander a man, saying that, oh, this is what he did to me, but actually not true. Right, these are all part of the paparazzi and all this kind of stuff. So that's why I say I think the Western world and Singapore is very different. The Western world is really, really collapsing. But I just hope that it doesn't inspire women in this generation to follow that feat lah. So at the end of the day, I think Singapore women are not so bad compared to Western world. I think Singapore women still can be saved, like how Jesus said Mary Magdalene lah, right? So I still think that Singapore women are not so bad, but Western women really, really very scary on what they're doing. Divorce, alimony. I mean, the rising case of divorces is very scary. At the end of the day, I think it's a 50-50 thing. But I'll be very frank, I am scared of the modern woman because I don't know, especially even in Singapore, I'm very scared of what they're capable of, right? I think there's a lot of shit that's happening lah. But at the end of the day, I think if you have a good heart, genuine heart, and you devote your life to God and live a Christian way, I think you can prevent yourself from all these happenings. I mean, I've been in club scene, right? There was this case, I think, let's call her Sophie. So Sophie went to the club, okay? And so he went to the club, and then the guy called her to the pub, right? Then got her drunk whatsoever, brought her home, had sex with her and whatsoever. And then what happened was, this happened 3-4 years ago. That's what the story I heard. Then after that, at 4 or 5 o'clock, he asked her to get out of the house. And then she felt hurt because a lot of guys do that to her. So she had to stop the hookup culture and then change herself. And now I think she's dating a guy for like 4 years, right? So I feel that hookup culture actually benefits men over women because guys, like, it's a physical release, but for girls, emotional release. So I personally feel that if a woman wants to give her body to a man, make sure he commits to it till marriage. So I feel that hookup culture definitely destroys both men and women, not just women, men also. Because if a man keeps sleeping around, and when he marries his wife, it's not enough for sexual lust because he keeps wanting more. We are slave to sexual sin. So I personally encourage men and women not to sleep around. It will destroy their fundamentals, and that's why when God created sex, is for us to procreate, to have children, right? Not to abuse it, right? We have King David, I think King David that killed Bathsheba's husband to keep her, and then later God punished him. There is Samson, Solomon. Bathsheba's son is called Solomon, if I'm not wrong.
I think so.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Then Samson was seduced by a woman and then cut his hair. Then after the hair grew back again. So lust is something that men must really, really control. If you don't control it, it's going to spiral out of this thing. So like Andrew Tate, saying, this and that whatsoever. But I personally feel that, yes, he made men in America not getting married understand. Why? Because of the divorce, 50-50. Right? But it doesn't really apply to Singapore context. But at the end of the day, I hope that these rape creators should understand that the message they're giving to guys is, okay, you can sleep around, but you can condemn women sleeping around. And I'm like, aren't you contributing to the problem? So if you're contributing to the problem, then you shouldn't be condemning women.
But aren't you a believer of that?
Yes, okay. when I say believer, I would say yes. I do not want men to be marrying such women, but I personally have been telling my TikTok followers the past few weeks and days or so that no, don't do it. No, been through certain stuff, and I told myself, nah, it's not worth it, because history is meant to be studied to prevent past mistakes. So if you've been through that, then you should prevent the young guys. And I think that now that I'm TikToker and being known and getting like people take picture of me, okay, shit, I now have a moral responsibility to my followers, to the parents of the followers. No TikToker thing like that one. But I think that's okay. These parents of these children, right? And I personally feel that if you are 16 and below, you shouldn't be on TikTok. Parents should enforce that. A lot of shit happening on TikTok live. It's not a very good platform for kids. So yeah, I feel like everyone's okay, you know what? Stop this, you know. Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel that after a while, after watching this TikTok live and all this TikTok stuff and people, after a while it becomes boring. Like, okay, this guy gonna say this. Okay, this guy gonna say this. You know, like sometimes I myself personally limit myself. I used to watch like 10, 20 hours of this red pill thing. I limit myself to like 2-3 hours a day. That's it. Right, I already learned enough to navigate myself in the manosphere or whatsoever, so I do not need that anymore. I just read the Bible and that's it.
That's great,
people
man.
ask me question in person, okay, sure. I personally don't want to start talking about that TikTok. It's getting boring. I want to focus on more issues. I think if men stop thinking about all this kind of stuff and think about solving issues like what Elon Musk is doing, you know, we can make the world a better place. Yeah.
Okay, so when you reflect on the impact of your past actions and words, right, that may have had an effect on the women in your life.
Yeah.
So what specific examples come to mind?
I mean,
any close ones that got affected?
I think I would say most of them agree what I said, because my mom always believed that women should be keeping themselves till marriage. But she always tell me, like, hey, like, why don't you say it with a positive manner? Why you condemn them my mom was very surprised because things like rent a babe and all kind of stuff. So when I talked to my auntie about rent a babe, she said, huh, what are you doing prostitution? I said, not really. It's just that they are charging men per hour for dates and everything. So sometimes I think things like rent a babe and all this kind of stuff, OnlyFans whatsoever, I think as women want to say, oh, I am an independent woman, but you are using men's insecurity and their longingness for love, manipulating that for making money. So you're not really financially independent, all kind of stuff. At the end of the day, I think feminism has destroyed the young modern woman. I still think that a guy and a woman needs to come together in the ceremony of marriage to have love, right? I think marriage is still something very sacred, right? So I think like OnlyFans and all this rent a babe shouldn't be in Singapore, because it's destroying the very fabric that our founding father Lee Kuan Yew built. He built Singapore on a series of moral values, and morality is something that is getting destroyed. Not only this podcast, other podcasts, Dewey Chu, all these people, they talk about even Kiara Kitty also talk about body count. Way before me, Francis Dew all talk about that. So the society is really damaged before even I came and talk about this kind of stuff. So you cannot be, because Francis Dew talk about this kind of stuff in his podcast about body count, then I talk about it is wrong. But his talk about it is okay. Like,
I think it's the way that you put it across, because we are now in an era where body count doesn't matter, right? And it doesn't matter to anyone and everyone anymore, to a point where what you say, I can confidently say that in Singapore you're the only guy on TikTok who's condemning everyone or every girl who has a high body count, or in your term a high body count. Okay, let's take your yesterday's TikTok live for example.
Sure.
So yesterday's TikTok live, you said any girl above a body count of 3 is already someone you would condemn or you would not.
I won't condemn. I would say I won't encourage that men to marry them. Yeah.
So in a way that's condemning, ma.
I
Right?
would say
Because
condemning.
now it's not your own personal value. No, it's not your own belief. Like, okay, I won't marry. If you don't want to marry someone with 3 body count, that's fine. But you are coming across on live to tell everyone like, you guys should not marry anyone with a body count of 3 or more. And you said like 3 is already considered you being lenient.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah, these are your exact words.
Yeah.
And then someone on the live asks you, what's your body count? And you said it's somewhere near the 2 digits.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you see, so
yeah, understand. Yeah.
So you are putting across to people that it's fine. I can have it. I can have more than more than 2 digits body count, but if you have more than 3, fuck you. I'm not going to be with you. I'm going to tell everyone not to be with you. So fuck you.
Yeah, fair. I agree.
So in a sense, that's you casting the stone, taking the whole boulder, throwing at them, taking the whole house and throwing at them also. So it's you.
I said it takes a while to not say recover, like to move away from the raper mindset. I'm still being you say imprisoned or still brainwashed, right? Yeah, but as I said, that was that account of the body count 3 or 4, that kind of thing, like 3 or more is basically based on the what. There was XY axis about how body count and divorce rates are happening, that kind of stuff. So based on that scientific study lah. Yeah. But you make a great point, and I'm not going to disagree what you said.
It's fair that you have that mindset, but when you put it across and tell the whole world to follow that mindset, right? I mean, technically, when you go on live, you're on the whole world lah.
Sure
right?
Yeah.
So you're telling people to adopt that mindset also. Then after that, 24 hours later, you're coming here and then you'll say like, oh, I'm not condemning anyone. Then it's like, So everyone's sitting there, everyone's looking at you like, oh, this is a clown, you know.
True.
Yeah. So I had people, these are comments that are on our TikTok page. So after this, you can see. I got people commenting like, oh, this guy should get diagnosed. He probably has a mental problem.
Yeah, I saw.
Right? There's people asking you to get diagnosed. You probably have some mental issues.
Yeah.
There's people asking you to seek help.
Yeah.
There's people asking you to delete TikTok.
Yeah.
Delete.
But there are some guys that say that that's her dad's issue, nothing to whatever he says. There are some guys, very few, maybe 5 or 6, because one of the guys, they scared if they comment, they get crucified. If you go and see Imran's thing about women's dressing, like I said about it a few years or months, I think last year, right? A lot, 80% of the guys supported me on YouTube. It was a YouTube short, right? Maybe on TikTok they're scared of getting like scandalous or getting commented on. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I feel that if you don't agree with my views, then you shouldn't be watching it. But the thing is, whatever I say is attracting you. I mean, you also need some work on you lah, right? Because if you know what I'm saying is going to be very controversial and you still watch it, then I think there's something wrong with you also, right? I just being honest, like as I said, if the hand gonna burn, you still put your hand there, then doesn't make sense,
right?
So you make sense, bro. Yeah.
So when the whole community or society tells you you're wrong, right? Why do you still believe that you're right?
Believe, as I said, they have their own path and my own path, right?
If majority of the
but I feel that the thing is because like Singaporeans, as Singaporeans, we're very modernized, so they're no longer in the traditional mindset, right? If it was 1970 and 80, I'm very sure people agree with me, right? But now we're 2024, right? So I choose not to be in the 2024. I choose to be in the era where my mom was like in the 1980 era, where things were safer, there was not much divorces. So it's depending on the era. So now this era, people believe that this is okay. I don't think it's okay.
Okay, that's true. So if you choose not to follow the 20s era or the modern era, right? Then don't follow that era and don't be on TikTok lah.
Damn, you make sense.
Yeah, don't be on social media at all. And I mean, there was already media there. There was already broadcasting there. It's just that TikTok is an easier way, right? There were already TV broadcasting. Technically, it's almost TV broadcast on live stream, right? But I think it's just the mindset, like on how you see certain things, yeah. But I'm okay. But it was, to be honest, as much as I used to get angry at all these comments, I actually found it very comical, the way they say things, quite funny. So I think learning how to handle hate is one thing, being able to take things not too seriously is one thing. But yeah, I think one thing a lot of people can learn from me is to learn how to react. No, don't react, learn how to respond. So I will just say something back and then maybe I piss them off, or I don't know. But okay lah. But as I said, like a bit hypocritical lah. Like if you don't know like what I watch or what I say, then don't watch my content, but you still come back. So yeah. So do you think you will ever find someone to be with and settle down? Now that you also acknowledge the whole Singapore or the whole world is very modernized. And you are part of the modern modern society, with everything of you being modern, you like to go to the clubs, you like to drink.
Yeah, correct.
You have a body count which is like high.
You sure?
Right?
High 2 digits.
Yeah, high 2 digits. So, but you want to find a traditional.
I think it's possible because you see, I feel that
Will the traditional accept you or not?
I don't know. That's for her and maybe for God to decide with her. So I don't know. So, but I feel that it's very possible, right? I don't know. I just feel that if there is a will, there is a way. So I just hope that things go according to plan, right? I do not know what the future beholds. I don't even know whether we'll be still around in in the next 4 years.
I mean, we will be around lah. But
No, I don't know.
but
As in, no. As in, the world will be around. We don't know what calamity will happen. You know, the world is so uncertain. You know.
That's true. That's true.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is not promised. You know, like in the Rocky, they say, what if there's no tomorrow? You know, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
I mean, that's true lah. That's true.
Yeah. But I hope that these people enjoy entertainment and maybe if they feel offended, I'm sorry, but this is just pure entertainment. I think I got tell you before, right? When I talk about like maybe boxing or like say God, they don't really watch. When I talk about like switch it up and then like okay, then everybody like 100 views. So I'm also trying to find a way. Can I talk about something good, something that is very helpful to society that people watch? So far my live stream it's not been possible. I'll be very frank.
Do you believe in karma or not?
Yeah, I cannot as a Christian can't be karma, but I believe in this saying you reap what you sow.
Okay, like what if you hate on girls with high body count so much, right? That God decides to give you the girl with the highest body count? Kena. Like, this.
But I think there are ways to prevent that, right, bro?
Prevent high body count.
No, as in not prevent high body count. Prevent as in like not being able to find people like that.
Not being able to find, or
as in like not like prevent yourself from finding.
Oh yeah lah. Like what if you're gonna add one girl to your body count? I mean, give you a scenario. You're gonna add one girl to your body count. It's gonna be a fun night. Wow, litty. Then having fun. After that, few weeks later, the girl come to you like, "Hey, macha, I pregnant."
Oh shit.
And it's yours. Hey, macha, I don't believe in abortion. What you gonna do? You gonna marry her?
This one.
The Bible say must marry, no?
No, okay, fine, sure. Okay, so let me put it to you that way. Okay, so in America, like for example, divorce. Okay, let's say not say divorce. Let's say abortion, right? If a woman wants, if a father, the guy wants the child, but she wants to abort the baby. In America, she has the right to abort the baby. So as a father, let's say she stayed with a girl and the child is being born, he can also have the same right to choose, okay, this, I do not want the child. You get what I mean? I think that's fair.
Yeah,
if a woman has a right...
But as a fellow Christian, you follow the Bible, abortion cannot.
Yeah, correct, I agree.
So, and then you must take
abortion
care of the
cannot, but it's possible to send the kid for adoption.
So you're going to send the kid to adoption?
Most probably, like, because the thing is, if I'm not emotionally and financially ready to take care of a child, I don't think I should make the child in a miserable environment.
Then why you make the child?
Can be out of wedlock, can be unprecedented. Sometimes condoms don't work. Who knows? A lot of things can happen.
So at that scenario, you won't follow the Bible, lah?
I would say I am following the Bible. I'm not aborting the child.
But you're not marrying and taking care of the child.
Marrying the woman.
You're not marrying the woman, and you're also not taking care of the child.
I think it depends on like what time frame you are. But if I feel that I'm that kind of financially ready and all this kind of stuff, then sure, why not? Right? If I think I'm financially able to take care of a child, this is what happened to Tristan Tate. Very true. What happened to Tristan Tate? He slept with a girl, and then the girl got pregnant, and he said, you know what, to his current girlfriend, like, okay, I made this girl pregnant, I won't take responsibility. So if I am financially stable and able to take responsibility, then so be it lah. If I can take care of her, I'll take care of her.
If cannot,
then I will tell her maybe go find someone else, or let's give her responsibility to the child over, right? The what's it called, the
adoption?
Adoption is one thing, but I think you can pass over the legal rights of as a parent to the child, means the full custody to the lady.
So you're going to pass your
child. If I cannot take care of the child, like financially, cannot give him a good private school or whatever kind of stuff, I don't know how expensive it's gonna be. Then I definitely think that she can do whatever she wants a child, or we can send her for adoption. Adoption, making sure, like for example, Bill Gates, right? His parents adopted him, right? his own biological mother couldn't take care of him because they were wedlocked. So they said, okay, if you want my child, make sure he goes to university. So at the end, adoption did work even for Steve Jobs. So who knows, maybe the child adopted into some good family, and at the end, the child lives happily.
But that's modern society lah. But if you want to follow by the Bible would be you have to be the father, you have to take care, ma.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, true.
And back then, even when they were poor, they would make ends meet to take care of the child.
Okay, that's very true. But at the end of the day, last time, a lot of resources doesn't need to lead a happy life. But in Singapore, especially a country like Singapore, to even get a child to university or even a good school, it costs a lot. It really costs a lot. And I even told my guy followers, I think it's very important to have at least 70 to 100k in your bank account, like personally, to get married. Why? Because you want to provide for your wife, one thing, but you want that beautiful child that comes into your life to have a good environment, to be able to say, hey, mommy, daddy is there for you. I know a lot of guys, I'm not saying, I don't want to generalize, but a lot of people, I do meet a lot of taxi driver uncles, very interesting people, and then they say, hey, they were talking about me about life, and then I say, how many kids do you have? 5, right? He's only one person working, he has 5 kids. He's under financial assistance. I can empathize for him, but if he had thought, hey, you know what, let me be a bit more financially stable, being able to pay for my family, then maybe their 5 kids don't need to come and suffer, because financial assistance is very difficult, and I don't look down on them. I feel that if a man can have at least 6-digit bank account and being able to take care of their family, then go do it. Never, if you're not financially ready, don't get married, don't have kids. You're not being fair to the child that you bring onto this world.
So, in short, you agree that modern times we can't really follow the Bible all the time lah.
Yeah, you can't. I didn't say that. We can't really follow the Bible. It's very hard,
right?
Because you're gonna give up a lot of stuff.
So body count is fine lah.
Damn, that's crazy.
We can't follow the Bible. Right? We follow the society. Right?
Maybe I'll take time to slowly adapt to that. We will see. But fine point, I like it. better than last episode.
Run your mouth 1, Machaspize 0.
Damn! We all win, Macha. We all win.
Okay lah. So before we end this interesting podcast, what's one thing? Just one thing. What's one thing you want to change about yourself?
Okay, so one thing I want to say, and also I think I'm looking to embody is treat a woman how you would like your future daughter to be treated, how you like your sister to be treated. So I think this is something that I need to really think about. This I just came out with it actually like yesterday. I'm like, remember this words came to me like from God. I like treat a woman how as if you want to be treat a woman like how you want your future daughter to be treated, how your sister be treated by another man. If you can live the life like that, I think the world can be a beautiful place.
Fair point.
Amen.
All right.
Hallelujah.
So before we close this chapter, what did the wise man say, Machaspize?
Roses are red, violets are blue. Hope your dreams come true.
Oh. All right, man. Jen, any last words?
Till next week. See y'all.
Take care, guys.
See y'all,
God bless you all.